Welcome. In this video, we'll be discussing numerical operands for the calculation engine. We'll begin by a couple examples using integer and decimal fields, show how to use parentheses for precedence, show how currency fields can be used, and then also apply an operand to a list and a date. We'll begin by taking a look at the object type that we're going to write our calculation for. So for this demo, I've created a new object type called CalcDemo. Inside of this object type, I've created multiple Boolean fields, multiple integer fields, multiple decimal fields, basically multiple fields for each type that we can have on the system. Now, the fields that we'll be working with in this calculation, we're going to be adding integer 1 to integer 2. The result will be going inside of this integer output field. We'll be doing some operations between different types of fields, so between integer and decimal fields, and we'll see the result of what that looks like. We're going to perform some operations between currencies, and then finally what we'll be doing is we're going to be setting the value of the description, and that value will be based off of these two Boolean fields that will drive whether or not we'll have the description become a list, so a list of values. And then this add 1 will either add the number 1 to a list of values, or if Fibonacci is not set, then we're going to add 1 to a particular date. So it'll become clear as we kind of go through the calculation, but I just wanted you to become familiar with the object type that we'll be working with before we get into the calculation. So to get to the calculations, you can go into Solution Configuration and select Calculations. That will bring you to the grid page. I've set up a calculation definition labeled Numerical Operands. Once we come into this numerical operands, we can see a list of all of the operations that we've pulled in. So I start off by pulling in the integer field that we want to work with, along with the decimal field. And let's see what that actually looks like. So the first field that gets set via this calculation definition is this output field. And what that's doing is it's going to take the value of integer 1 and it's going to add it to the value of integer 2. You'll notice here two different syntax that you can use in order to refer to fields. The first is basically the name of the input field that you pulled in. So that would be the name here in this row that corresponds to CalcDemo int1. Or you can use the fully qualified name for the field. So a fully qualified name consists of the field group, which in this case is CalcDemo, and then colon, and then the name of the field, which in this case is int2. So let's see what this looks like in the calculation. So we'll go back to our object type, and we're going to add 2, and then we're going to add 3. And what you're going to notice is before I've done any sort of save operation, you're actually going to be seeing that this is actually able to give you a preview of what the calculation will be for this particular object type. Now this only works if the field in question that's been changed is on the currently viewed task view. So in this case, 2 plus 3 equals 5, and that's what we see here for the result. So let's go back to our calculation and see how it works when we try to perform a calculation or operation between types, so integer and decimal. So in this case, not only are we going to perform an operation between fields that have different types, integer and decimal, but we're also going to try to add in precedence, meaning we want the value of the decimal 1 field to be added to the value of 10, but we want that to happen prior to multiplying that value to the integer 1. So precedence is set via these parentheses around whatever it is you want to happen first. So let's take a look to see what that looks like. So we'll go back to our object type, and we're going to put in 10 here, and what you're going to notice is the value is 40. So we had 10, the value of decimal 1, plus 10, that was in parentheses, that gets us 20, and then 20 times 2 is 40, which is the correct value there. So the next thing that we'll take a look at is working with currency fields. So currency fields, just like integer and decimal fields, you can use subtraction, you can use plus, you can use multiplication, you can use divide, whatever it is. Either one of those operations will work for decimals, integers, and currency values. In this case, just to make it simple, I'll use the minus. So we're taking the value of currency 1 and subtracting currency 2 to get a particular value. So the fields in question here are, I'll just put in a very simple $100 value there. And let's put 80 there. So what we're expecting is gross profit to equal 100 minus 80, and that gets us to 20. You'll just notice that the label here is income and expenses, but behind the scenes it maps to the currency 1 and currency 2 fields. So we've now shown integer, we've shown how to work with decimal, with precedence, we've shown how to work with currency fields, and now let's take a look at the more complex scenario here where we're dealing with setting the value of the description based off of either a list value or a date. And if it is a list, it may also add a value. So how does it actually work? So we see here that we have the if, we have else if, else, and the end if. So the first case is if we have the Boolean, which I showed earlier, which is calc Fibonacci, and it also has the Boolean of add 1 set to true, it's not only going to set the description to the Fibonacci list, but it's also going to add 1 to every item in the Fibonacci list. Now, if the calc Fibonacci Boolean is set to true, but the add 1 is either false or doesn't have a value, then it's simply going to set the description to the list of the Fibonacci numbers. Otherwise, if the calc Fibonacci doesn't have a value, but the add 1 does, then it's going to basically take today's date and it's going to add 1 to it. So it's a little bit kind of a different type of calculation, but the point here is to show that we can add a particular value to every item in the list, either use the list or how you can add a value to a particular date. So that's the intention here. So let's take a look to see what that looks like. So we'll go here. The description field is what we're going to be setting. Since neither the Fibonacci or add 1 fields have any sort of value, it goes into the else statement, which in this case sets it to no description. If I set use Fibonacci to true, then we're going to see that the description has now been populated by the value of the list, which is the sequence of Fibonacci numbers. If I then set add 1 Boolean to true, that's basically going to drive the other else if statement that says not only do I want to take the list, but I want to add 1.0 to every item in the list. And you'll notice that even though the list was the Fibonacci numbers, which are integers, since we added 1.0 to it, it actually converts all of these to decimals. So the final block was if we had Fibonacci set to false, but the add 1 was still set to true, then it would take today's date and actually add a number to it, which in our case was 1. So we'll see that today's date is 6/9/2020, which is the GA date for open pages, but we're actually going to be adding the value 1 to that date. So in this demo, we've shown how to work with integer fields, decimal fields, using precedence, currency fields, how to work with lists and dates, and how to also apply an operand to each item in a list. We hope you found this demo useful, and we welcome you to view some of our other videos. Thank you.